Let's. Nice.
Right. So hi everyone, my name is McKayla and I'm going to just be speaking to you guys today about why music is just so important in our lives. So in today's world, there's so many different sounds around us. When you're out driving, there's so many car horns that you can hear even from your house. You can hear so many car horns. You can hear so many people just chattering to each other left and right. And the occasional wind and rain that's just happening outside, you know. But most of all, you can hear music. Music is all around us and it's such a big part of our lives. And it's not just the act of listening to it that's so important, but it's actually what lies underneath it when we listen to music. So first of all, the beauty of music is that no two songs or tunes are exactly the same. There can be a difference in a sharp, a flat, a major, or a minor. And just one change in that will turn one of our worst songs into one of our favorite songs, which are ones that we'll listen to over and over for many times. I personally have a love for music, and I can thank my parents for introducing music to me at such a young age. And finally, music can benefit our lives in such a grand way. So, first off, music is not all the same. There are so many different types of genres of music. We can look back at classical time periods, back in the 16 and 1500s when there was Baroque and Prelude, which they're still around today, but they're not as popular. Or we can look at modern day genres that are like rock and rap and pop, jazz, and so many more. But with each of those different genres of music, there's a different emotion that comes with them. So we could be thinking like, okay, we're listening to music in our cars, and if we're listening to music in our cars, most of the time, it might be because we're stuck in 405 traffic, hello, but we might have that rap music going a little too loud, and we might be screaming a little too much to it, just to try to not think about the traffic that's all around us. We might be listening to it at home when we're cooking or cleaning, and just putting on music like some pop or something that's going to keep us going, you know. Or when we're just doing our homework and just trying to, I know personally I listen to Christian music when I do my homework and my studies because it's something that keeps me motivated. But also, there's a lot of emotions that can be wound up in songs. Two examples in my life is that the first song, well, let me step back. A couple of the songs in my life are very connected to some memories that I have. So such as Home Again by Elton John. I had never heard the song, nor do I really ever listen to Elton John, but there was one memory before my dad had passed away that my dad was he had OCD, so he would like to clean the house every single Wednesday. It was a ritual, things had to be done a certain way in a certain order. It got so hard in his last couple days with his cancer that he'd become so weak that he couldn't do it. So he was watching TV, it's probably like an Ellen show or something was on, but Elton John comes up and he plays that song live on piano. And my dad didn't know this at the time, but he knows now. He actually started to cry, and I'd never seen my dad cry. So an emotion with that song for me is every time I hear that, I think of my dad crying, and it does make me cry sometimes. But on a happier note, Post Malone's song, Congratulations, is the exact song that reminds me of my graduation this last year. Congratulations, you made it. It brought us so much joy as that song was in our class slideshow. So also, my personal love for music started when I was very young. Whenever we'd go on our RV trips with my parents, my dad would always have on country music, and that's where I got my love for country music. He'd play it just in the truck, at the campsite, and it was just so much fun. But also, when I was 8, I started taking piano lessons, and I've been playing piano for the past 10 years, as now I play for the worship team here at New Life Church in Renton. I have also, in the first quarter of being a Northwest student, I started picking up guitar. And I tried so many times, but it was really hard. But now, since I've gotten to know how to play, I am very much encouraged to actually learn how to play more. So, how music can benefit us? Because you might be thinking, okay, I'm already musically talented, or I don't like music, and that's just how I'm gonna be. But in our schools, how many of you guys know what STEM or STEAM is? Awesome. So STEM is pretty much, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now that is pretty much what we focus our school systems on nowadays. But with STEAM, you add in the A, which is for the arts. And I believe that is something that we're really missing out on as the school system of today. And this can be, I want to make sure I get this right. The left hemisphere has to do with, the left hemisphere controls the right side of our body, and that is the logic side. And that is our math, our science, our problem solving, and whatnot. Well, the right hemisphere of our brain actually controls the left side of our body, which is the creative side, such as the music and the arts. Personally, I'm left-handed. I don't know how many other left-handeds are in the room. You got one, you have two, three. With the schools, I believe that we should have more opportunities for music and just arts in general in schools. We can give our students more of an opportunity to have creative opportunities in school, such as band, choir, more art classes, and everything else. Because if you really think about it, a world today without creative people, where would we be, honestly? Because even with engineering, you need to have someone that's creative enough to make that blueprint for that new fuel-efficient car that's out there. Because without that, you might never have that car that's out. So getting back to the music, how many of you have ever written instrument music, lyric music, or a poem, ever, just for fun? And how many of you actually liked it? Yeah, exactly. And there's something about when you actually write those that it probably made you happy, or it made you sad, or it gave you some sort of emotion, right? So even with that, when you're being creative and you have those times that you can make something with your creativity, I know that personally it gives me so much happiness to know that I can make something out of nothing. So I want to just conclude with all that said, that we need to remember that that music is not all the same. It's very different, just like all of us. It helps us to be creative, which, where would we be in the world without any creative people? And I want to encourage you and tell you guys today that I hope you guys all have a love for music, because without it, you're missing out on a whole new world.